I said, hey yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Mojados, and I'm back with another video. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're gonna be talking about everything XRP, everything you guys need to know. And if you guys see this right now, holy shit, 10 billion, $11 billion in XRP trading volume. Hopefully by the end of the video, it's 11 billion. We'll come back to it. So definitely want to stay tuned to see if it hits it. And guys, that is not normal at all, okay? And so it's probably like something's cooking up. All right, I don't know exactly what's happening, but something is cooking up. So we're gonna move right into this analysis here. If you guys watched last month's video on XRP on my channel, you guys know that I was pretty much calling for a high here, and congratulations, well played if you played it. There was a risk involved, and clearly we were right here. And so all of it is there, verifiable for you guys to see it. I pretty much presented a bullish and bearish case, which like I am today, right? I'm gonna give you guys both sides, and you do whatever the hell you want. I'm gonna let you know what I'm doing, like I do at the end of these videos every single time. And so what we're seeing here is a massive range, right? So if you guys don't see this range, I'm gonna draw it out for you guys because I feel like a lot of people are not paying attention, okay? And the range looks like this, okay? So it goes all the way like that, and the reason I'm drawing it body to body or wick to wick is because it's basically from a significant low to a significant high, right? And what we see here, so for those who understand ranges, you can already see the deviations, but for those who don't, I'm gonna explain it for you guys, okay? So basically, this wick is a punish for late longers, and this wick is a punish for late shorters. And what you have is deviations on both sides of the range, and that is very, very good, right? Because what that means is liquidity has been taken from both sides of the market. It's punishing people who got greedy, and it's punishing people who are, maybe buying too late, right? Or, whatever the case may be. Greedy could be for either side, right? For longers and shorters. And so this is a very good sign. And that is what is the beauty on this chart for me. And the other thing that makes it more beautiful for me is that we've been going sideways, guys. We've been going sideways for 1,700 fucking days, okay? That is not normal. I do not know a chart that looks like this besides one other one that looks like this, like XLM. And it just looks crazy, okay? And why do I have these red lines here, right? What is this red rectangular boxes and this green one and this gray one, right? And I'm gonna explain all that right now. And basically what that is just resistances and supports, right? Green is buy, red is sell. And clearly we saw that this was clearly a sell area because we wicked, and now we're kind of consolidating here, right? And that can obviously change. And green is buy. And the way I establish these zones, I'm not going to really share it here. They're basically supply and demand zones. I'm not going to get into it, but basically, you can see here that clearly it was hit here one time, hit there second time, third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, an eighth right there. Actually, I missed. And, it's a very, very significant level, right? And so breaking past this level is going to be crucial, because when we do break past it, guys, there's not that many resistances ahead of us. These resistances that you see here, they're not really that strong, not compared to this level, right? Because this level has a lot of, significance from a resistance and support. Clearly, when every single time it hit it, it was, either acting as a resistance or a support, and right now it's clearly acting as a resistance until we flip it, of course. And this area as well, right? Every single time we came to this area, right, we got a support bounce, support, we got a deviation, like I just shared earlier, another bounce here. So do we get another one here? Question mark, right? And so I try to draw a question mark. And so that's what we're watching for. Now, I personally don't believe we're going to go down here. Not right now, not with what's happening, okay? But is it possible to come lower to this gray area? And that is probably possible, okay? And I'm gonna share why I believe that. But also I'm gonna share another scenario with XRP pretty much starting to break out right now, right? And that is that this could be considered a big wave one. This could be considered a wave two bottom, right? Where, we start counting to the upside, right? And that's similar to what we've seen here, right? Where price goes sideways, and then we start seeing 5 waves to the upside, right? And so, the 5 waves look more clear when I go to this chart. Clearly, this is a nice 5 wave count. Some people will count it like this. This is 3, and this is 4, and then the 5. And so, that is what we're watching for, 5 waves to the upside. And, that is like possible to be happening here, right? And you know, people are not seeing that this could be the potential beginning of a wave 3, pushing to the upside, giving us and leading us into new highs, which sounds crazy, but I wanted to let you guys know that this momentum must keep going, because when XRP runs, the characteristics of XRP is that it keeps on running. You see this shit? This shit is an animal, and that is the most important distinction that you must make. It's not like every other chart where sometimes you get a back test, right, where price will give you a perfect re-entry. No, XRP is an animal. It just runs when it starts running, and it's not that much of a retracement, as you can see here. This shit just goes crazy. And so we're watching here, this area, I mean, you do get retracements in here, but you got to remember the lawsuit was part of the reason that this chopped so much, and part of the reason why it didn't really hit all-time highs, because it's not listed on US exchanges, right? The USA has the biggest financial markets, the biggest capital markets. And so, you know, we want to hit that level if we want to hit, or I'm sorry, we want to be listed on US exchanges should we hit all-time highs, because there's more liquidity. There's probably going to be more things driving adoption for XRP in the United States. But all that uncertainty is why I personally believe XRP didn't get to hit all-time highs. And right now we're seeing a lot of things exposed in the lawsuit, which I'm going to touch base on, because I'm not going to talk about the lawsuit too much in this video, because it's not really directly correlated with XRP's price chart, but it does have an impact. And you know that impact is that it's not listed in the United States, right? So that again makes a difference. And so back to what I'm pointing here is that this could be the beginning of a wave 3, and wave 3s are very violent, okay? You know when a wave 3 is happening because price starts rampaging, okay? And you know, if I was to give you guys like an estimation of what price would be, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like to give estimations on like things like that, okay? Because it's not really realistic for me to give you a number right now, right? You can use fibs, that's possible. You can use pivots, you can use fractals. I mean, guys, that stuff does work, but it's not really accurate, okay? If you try to use it across 20, 30 different charts, it doesn't really give you an accurate answer, okay? And so that's why I personally don't use them. I like to measure momentum, right? And so for those who have been following me, know that, you know, I share a lot of things on Twitter. And guys, this is what I mean, right? And so when I see momentum, when I see divergences, when I see strength, and when I see weakness, I point it out. And even 3 days ago, for those who are following me on Twitter, links in the bio if you want to follow, you guys can see here, I was talking about hidden bullish divergence and a demand zone approaching. And I said a bounce here is easy money. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to hit the lows there. But clearly, what happened the next 2 days is that we got a 20% bounce off that low. Right? And this is what I do, guys. I try to share this. I try to be as transparent as possible, right? You know, $10 XRP is a very psychological region, which is definitely possible, but it's also possible to go higher, right? It's definitely possible, right? If we look at this chart on the left side, I mean, guys, there's a lot of reasons to believe we can go much higher as well. And even looking at the BTC chart, guys, I'm starting to see this chart a lot right now where everyone's pointing out this level. Guys, show me one person that put this chart out July 30th. Show me that person, because this is the most significant level, and I believe I was the first person to put this chart. I'm not tooting my own horn here, but what I am trying to show you guys is, you know, that I'm sharing legit charts. I mean, I can definitely give you guys the proof here that I do this, right? And so, you know, clearly we got a big move off the lows. You guys can see here, nice, beautiful move. It held the support, and I also outlined this in my last video last month. You guys don't need to watch it because I'm gonna fill you in here. And today we got the monthly close, which will, you know, give us more momentum here. And if you guys are not already seeing it, this is absolutely phenomenal. We're seeing a lot of steam coming out of the BTC chart as well, which is another hint that XRP is gonna start running because money is shifting, right? You're seeing a spike here in volume. I don't know if you see that right there, right? That's very, very important. It's very subtle. And that is how you get into these bigger waves before they happen, okay? I'm not saying it's gonna start right now where we go to shit $10. No, I'm not saying that. Do whatever the hell you want, but my bags are packed. I'm letting you guys know right now I'm not missing no moves. But I've been holding for quite a while, so it depends on your strategy, but again, this level is being held. We clearly got to bounce off the lows, and now we're pretty much rampaging up here. And when we look at the RSI, we got a lot of confluence showing us that we're probably going to get a very, very gorgeous move here, right? We got a breakout on the RSI because, you know, if you try to even use a trend line analysis, right, you got a clear trend line breaking out, acting as a support right there, and then moving on to the upside, confirming a breakout. right? And of course, yeah, right now, maybe you can still argue that it's still lower, but guys, you know, of course it's going to be lower. Are you going to be like, oh no, like this BTC price will go like right here, right? And people will still be like, oh no, it's still under all-time highs, lower highs. Like, no, right now we're trying to catch it. That's what the technical analysis is. We try to forecast these moves because price will eventually catch up to there if the momentum stays. And that's what this is all about. We measure momentum using volume, using indicators like EMAs, and paying attention to the trend, right? Is the explosive moves happening in 1 or 2 candles? Are they happening very, very slowly? That's the things that you got to watch for to really tell you how momentum is going to be measured. And so again, you know, we're watching this and we clearly see here that the most significant level on this chart held, and we're seeing $11 billion in volume. We hit it, boys, being hit. And what does that mean? That means that people are actively getting into this market, whether it's buying or selling. Volume at a low is very, very good because it shows that some type of movement is happening where we might get a big move to the upside. I don't think you guys want to miss this, and you guys want to pay close attention, especially when there's volume happening at the lows of a chart, which also confirms the theory of a wave 3 coming in, because guys, volume is ramping up here, and this could be the beginning of a bigger move to the upside because you're seeing breakout volume from the lows, right? $11 billion is not something that you guys should ignore, and I don't know how to stress that to you guys. Of course, there could be retracements along the way, but I personally believe something is happening right now. Something's cooking up. Clearly, people see, you know, that something is happening with this lawsuit because, again, we know that Ripple and XRP is on the right side of history. If you guys have been paying attention to the lawsuit, there's just been a lot of corruption and clearly an attack on Ripple because they don't want XRP to succeed. The banks don't want XRP to succeed. That's the short answer. And so, you know, there is one bad thing that I will share though on the XRP chart, which is, and now get ready for the dislike button to get smashed. Please don't hit the dislike button, by the way. And I just want to share this with you guys, okay? Because yes, we did hit this resistance here. This is the red area, okay? And this is the counter argument that one can make that I'm willing to accept. So if you guys don't know what flat corrections are, flats move in 3 legs, okay? And you know, the most common flat is a regular flat. So I'm going to invert this for you guys and just share it. Actually, I'm going to re-invert it because I'm going to draw it out by expanding this chart and draw it like this. So this is basically, you know, and this is not exact counts, okay? This is not an exact count. I'm giving you guys an idea of what the counter argument could be, is that this is a flat running into basically a resistance. So this could be the B. And this is a 0. So real quick, I'm just gonna put it like that for you guys. Whoops, I did this wrong again. So something like this, okay? And for those who are familiar with Elliott wave, you guys will understand what I'm drawing here. This is a flat, and sometimes when I draw things inverted, I can't, like, you guys saw me struggle there. But basically, it could be considered a flat, and that is the one thing that is bearish about this chart. And I'm just gonna draw a 1. This is not an exact one. I have not measured this, but this can be considered 1, and this can be considered 2 to go down to this lower side here, right? And then the 3, and then we can even see a 4 and a 5 like that. It could become a wedge, right? Where price just kind of goes like this, and you know, there's some type of channel where we get a 3 here and then a 4 there again, and then a 5 coming down lower. Something like that is possible. I'm not gonna sit here and completely give you guys pure hopium because, guys, I want to be real here. I want to place both sides, give both sides the argument, but right now the bullish case is much stronger, right? Is it possible to get a retracement down to this range low? I have seen people saying this, that we can go lower here, but I think it's been retested already. Clearly, we've already hit this. We've already established this support, right? This area itself was acted as support, pushing the price back up to the highs here. Now, do we come lower? That's going to be something that we're going to have to watch closely to, because, guys, depending on how this subdivides, it can change a bunch of things, right? And so, you know, getting down to the little parts is kind of like unnecessary. I mean, of course we can, but I'm here to tell you, look at the overall chart. Look at the most important parts of this chart, so you have an overall view, right? Who's looking at the weekly chart? Who talks about the monthly chart like I was just sharing, showing that this area is technically a resistance, but we're getting momentum, right? And even when we look at the RSI on XRP here, we did hit this resistance, and I shared this as well. So for those who watched, and guys, if you think I'm bullshit, and again, I'm gonna have to go back because guys, there's a lot of bullshit out here, and this is what we're watching for, guys. This is July 28th. I shared this range low, and I was talking about pretty much going to the range highs, which we did, of course, and I have it all documented here. And of course, we get back up to the highs here of 50 cents. We did go a little bit high. I think we hit 55, and you know, there's a lot of momentum that we monitored, and clearly we did hit the RSI resistance. I do have it somewhere. I mean, it should be on my Twitter page, but right now, again, I'm reminding you again right now that this is something that is acting as a resistance, and I don't have that tweet. I'm so upset right now because I thought I had it, but I'm not doing this video over again, so that's fine. But you know, other things that will drive the narrative, guys, because yes, like looking at the price chart, it is bullish, but the narrative is also important, and that's because, you know, at the same time, while yeah, like the chart looks good and it's been consolidating for 1,800 damn days, we gotta look at the narrative as well, right? We see that XLS20 is about to launch, right? XLS20 is at 54%, and this is important for XRP. You're probably saying how? Because this drives more adoption to the XRP chart, right? And for people to participate in XLS20, they're gonna have to buy XRP off of exchanges and use it to interact within the ecosystem so that they can, you know, use NFTs for whatever it is. And if you guys also don't know already, there's many grants for the XRPL grant program. So I'm gonna quickly go here and show you guys how much things are being built. 93 pending results, or I'm sorry, not pending. These are 93 results right now that have been granted by the XRPL organization, and there's also a open grant right now. You guys can apply if you have something you want to build in the XRP ledger that is going to close on the 14th, right? I think there's 2 weeks left now, and so you guys can go ahead, and if you want to go apply, if you have something cool you want to share on the XRP ledger, go knock yourself out. But you know, guys, these grants, they're going to keep going, right? And this is just showing that there's more adoption coming to the XRP ledger. We have the narrative of the Ripple lawsuit. We know that we're on the right side of history. We know the corruption. We see that they are trying to stop global adoption for Ripple because they know that they're going to lose a lot of power in the banking sector, right? And let's be real. And so, you know, they're just trying to accumulate as much as they can. And so I'm very excited. I'm very interested to see how this all plays out. Whether we get a retracement or not, that's okay. It is possible, like I said, to go lower, but I'm going to watch very closely. I'm pretty much bullish for the most part, right? There's more bullish arguments here. So again, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm bullish on a long term here because the overall chart has more positive indications versus essentially going to the downside here. However, I'm not going to discount the fact that yes, it can break down. So that's something to watch very closely. And please don't forget to like and subscribe on this video because it helps the algorithm. And we're about to hit 12 billion when I close this video, which is hilarious. And you know, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of speechless because guys, I've been holding XRP for 5 years and seeing this shit right now all unfold, seeing the summary judgment deadlines happen, seeing all these Amici Curie briefs play out, seeing the XLS20 finally get back into voting. You know, it's just all unreal to me, and I cannot wait to see when the breakout happens. And you are hearing it live here on the Mojados channel. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Please like and sub if you have not already. And as always, haro haro haro. Peace.